Welcome back to Josh's Chart Lab YouTube channel. So I'm gonna quickly discuss a trade I took yesterday, Thursday the 15th of July 2021, on EURUSD. Okay, so this is a trade setup I took yesterday, right? So last time I spoke to you guys was on Wednesday. I took the trade around here. It was the SMT divergence that I got stopped out. Okay, then I got another opportunity yesterday, London, New York session on Thursday. I didn't send this trade setup to my Telegram channel. Reason being, yesterday I wasn't on my laptop because I had to go try get food because of the situation happening in South Africa, and I was in a long line waiting to get food. I actually took the trade based off my phone because I just knew the analysis I had beforehand that I spoke about on Wednesday, saying that I wanted EURUSD lower because of that trend line, and then we're trading in that daily bearish order block, right? So with regards to the setup, I couldn't really analyze it because I didn't have my laptop because I had to go try get food. And on the update on the food part, I waited in a long line, I think for like 3.5 hours. Then eventually I got into the shop and there was no food in the shop. Like all the shelves were empty. All like the key essential foods, there was like nothing. There was literally only like chocolates and like sweets and basically stuff that you don't really need in a crisis or in a moment where food is very, well, I'd rather say food, there's a big shortage of food. So yeah, that was that yesterday, so I couldn't really see in the setup, but yeah, we still got food. I'll let you guys know the updates moving forward, what happens with the situation here in South Africa. But yeah, so that what happened yesterday. So let's get into the chart. So I'm gonna explain and run down EURUSD, why I took the trade setup, and then I'm also explain what I saw on DXY. I posted the setups yesterday in my channel with the markups, but I'm actually gonna run through everything that I was looking at and what I saw in this video. As always, these are not my concepts. These are ICT's Inner Circle Traders concepts, and you can find them on this YouTube channel. On his YouTube channel, Inner Circle Trader, and he literally teaches all of these. Okay, so today I'm going to be speaking about the trade setup I took on EURUSD. So let's look at the weekly range so far. So Monday was a small range. Tuesday, we traded lower, and remember I spoke about how when we traded lower on Tuesday, we created that bearish daily order block, and you'll see more details on that on DXY when I go into it. But this is the line here. I have the daily bullish order block, bearish order block, and that's the open. So yesterday I traded off the low, I got stopped, and today it went back to the open. Okay, so moving on to Wednesday we had the rally up, right? Okay, so I sold here, remember, with the SMT I got stopped. Okay, so then moving on to Thursday. So Thursday open. Okay, so we first went higher. Okay, so when this went higher, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sell, because I was on my phone. I was actually looking at my phone. I was like, okay, this is the potential Judah swing for the daily range. So I sold here and I had a 12 pip stop loss. I put my stop loss, and my take profit was the round or big figure of 1.1800, which also lined up with this down close candle, which is a bullish ICT order block. So that was my target, and the risk reward was like a 123.6. My risk was 1%. Okay, so that was the trade setup. So what I was looking at is I was looking at this mitigation block, right? So from this high to this low, lower high, and then broke down. So we have this down close candle, and then we have an overlap with that daily bearish order block open. And what time of the day was it? It was in London session. So this is where we can get the Judah swing to potentially make the high of the day. So that's what I was looking at. And then also, if you had to fib from this high to this low, price retraced into OTE, which is optimal trade entry, which means we're above 50% and we are now in a premium market. Okay, so that's ideal for selling, and we're above the daily open price. So when you are selling, especially in London, you want to be selling at or above the daily open price for the highest probability. Okay, so we did take out this short-term high, and then when you broke down lower, we created a bearish ICT breaker, right? So if you had missed this entry in New York, because it was high impact news at 9:30. Fed Powell was testifying and speaking, so that could have been a re-entry at the breaker to then target the low. Okay, so that was the setup I was looking at on EURUSD, and that's the setup I took yesterday on Thursday. It was very clean, very nice. But now I'm going to show you guys exactly what was on DXY that I was looking at. But that was a setup on EURUSD. It was a nice setup. I took my first partial before the news when we took out the short-term low here. So when we took out this low roughly around there for like 1.2.5 R, took my first partial, and then I left the runner for my full objective and my target hit yesterday. Okay, so that was the setup I was looking at, and that's the setup I took on EURUSD. I still expect it to go lower. We do have high impact news today later in New York session, so we're going to see what happens. Okay, so that's the setup on EURUSD. Now I'm going to show you guys on DXY what I was looking at. Okay, so let's go to the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so the 1 hour time frame on DXY. Okay, so remember I was speaking about that daily bearish order block on EURUSD, right? So we have this down close candle on DXY. So this was on Friday. So we opened here at midnight, rallied higher, and then price went lower, and then we had the close at 5 p.m. New York time. And all this is here is the PO3, the daily PO3. It's, as I wrote in here, the visual representation of the daily PO3. Okay, so if you look on the daily time frame, the daily bullish block, the daily bullish ICT order block open would be here. So that's what this line is. But then I use the true day open at midnight. So that's what the daily open is here. Okay, so we can see this is a down close candle, right? So when price then consolidates, and then we have this run up here, this expansion higher. Okay, so when price breaks Friday's high, okay, then the bullish order block becomes valid. Okay, so remember, institutions buy into declines. So institutions buy into this. They want to be buying when prices dropping, going lower, and they sell into rallies. Okay, I spoke about this on the YouTube video last night, so I made this analysis yesterday on Thursday. The YouTube video I'm referring to is the one I made on Wednesday, the last I took. Okay, so when price breaks is high, this then becomes a valid bullish order block on the daily time frame. Remember, I like using daily and H4 PD arrays because they bring the highest probability setups. Okay, so price went up, made this high. Okay, so then from this high, any selling is just a retracement to either discount to a discount PD array to then continue higher. Okay, the discount PD array being the daily bullish order block. Okay, so and I've put my fib from this low to this high. Okay, so that's the range I'm looking at. So you might be asking why this low and not this low, this low, this low, because this low had the big expansion, and this is the low that led to the break, making this a valid bullish order block. So from this low to this high, I anchored my fib. So now I'm waiting for retracement to discount or optimal trade entry, which is OTE. So that's what this is marking out here. And then this black line, the equilibrium or discount, is just 50% from this high to this low. So that's what this black line is right here. Okay, so as you can see, so once we broke this high, we created this valid bullish order block, right? Price went higher and then went lower. Okay, so this was Wednesday. I think I took the loss somewhere around here. Okay, then moving on into Thursday, right? So let's look at Thursday's price action. Okay, so Thursday's price action, we had to open at midnight. Price went higher, and then we had this big aggressive drop lower, taking out the south side liquidity. Okay, now let's look closely. So if you're expecting an up close day, and if you're bullish on DXY, which I have been bullish on DXY and bearish on EURUSD, I'm looking at potential buyers only. So I'm looking for reasons to be a buyer and not a seller. So when price starts declining, I need to see where are we within the range. So from this low to this high, we're in a short-term discount. Okay, we're in a short-term discount from this low to this high. And what are we trading into? So we can see that we have this blue line marked out, which is that daily bullish order block open. So price then declines lower into that daily bullish order block open, inside what time? London Killzone. So we know this is where we can expect the law of the day to form, and this is also called the Judah swing. So when price then went lower, is that when that's when I sold EURUSD, because I was expecting this to be the Judah swing to then go higher. And this is also optimal trade entry, which is OTE. Also, this daily profile that I was playing off is the classic buy day. So from the open PO3 to then expand higher around London close to create the high of the day. Okay, so that's the play I was using on DXY, and it also played out perfectly. Okay, so now moving into Friday, which is today. Moving forward, I'm gonna see what happens. We have news coming out in New York session, as I stated, so we'll have to see what happens. If there's a setup or enter, but I'm not really interested in what happens, because yesterday was a pretty clean day, and I recovered the loss I took on Wednesday and I made a profit, so I'm not really concerned. But yeah, I just thought I'd make this video to just quickly run through EURUSD and DXY based on what I saw yesterday and what happened yesterday. I couldn't make the video yesterday because it was a pretty hectic day, so, and I got a request from someone who wanted me to make it, so I decided, let me just jump on here and quickly do this for you guys. So yeah, if you enjoyed that, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and yeah, I'll be doing more of these. So yeah, thanks for joining, or not joining, thanks for watching. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace. If you want to get a hold of me, you can just send me a message on Telegram or Instagram, and then I will get back to you as quick as I can. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I appreciate each and every one of you.